You ever try to tell a story about what someone said and just get totally tangled up in the tenses? Yeah, it happens to all of us. It's a super common tripwire. So today, we're going to untangle all that. We're going to take a quick, practical look at one of the most useful rules in English grammar, the backshift rule.
So here's what we've got on tap. First up, we'll quickly break down the difference between direct and indirect speech. Then we're jumping right into the backshift rule itself. And the real magic? That's when we'll walk through 5 key tense transformations, step by step. We'll also cover the super important exceptions, when not to use the rule. And we'll wrap up with some tips to get your reporting absolutely perfect.
Okay, let's get right into it. Before we can even think about shifting tenses, we've got to be crystal clear on the 2 basic ways we report what someone says. This is the bedrock, the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. So, over on the left, we've got direct speech. You can think of this like you're just hitting record, you repeat the exact words, and you wrap them in quotation marks. I am tired. Super simple. But then on the right, you have indirect speech. This is where you're just reporting the meaning of what she said, no quotes. And notice the change? I am tired becomes she said that she was tired. See that? That little shift from am to was, well, that's exactly what we're here to master today. Now, the key that unlocks this whole process, it's a little something called the reporting verb. It's just the word that kicks off the speech, words like said, told, or asked. And here's the crucial part. The tense of this verb is the trigger. It's what sets the whole backshift rule in motion. You gotta remember that. All right, so now that we know what the reporting verb is, it's time for the main event. Let's talk about the backshift rule. This is the engine, the core principle for changing all these tenses. Okay, listen up, because this is it. This is the whole rule in a nutshell. When that reporting verb, that she said or he told me, is in the past tense, the tense of the original speech takes one little step back into the past. It shifts back. That's it. Simple as that. And now for my favorite part, where it all comes together. Let's actually see this rule in action. We're going to walk through 5 super clear, concrete examples. This is where it's really going to click for you. Okay. First up, let's start with a simple present tense sentence. Someone says, I play football. Simple enough? So, how would we report that? And here we go, our very first shift. The simple present, play, just takes one step back to the simple past, played. So, I play football becomes, she said that she played football. See? Makes perfect sense. Just one step back. All right, example number 2. What about the present continuous? The direct quote is, I am working. And the logic holds up perfectly. The present continuous, am working, shifts back to the past continuous, was working. So he said that he was working. See the pattern here? We're just taking that one single step back in time. Okay, what about the present perfect? Let's say the original speaker says, I have finished. You guessed it, it follows the pattern to a T. Present perfect, have finished, takes that one step back to the past perfect, had finished. Basically, have just becomes had. She said that she had finished. Okay, now this one's really interesting. What happens if the original thing someone said is already in the past? For example, I went to the store. Where can it even shift back to? Well, it shifts back even further, all the way to the past perfect. A good way to think about the past perfect is that it's kind of like the past of the past. So the simple past, went, becomes had gone. He said that he had gone to the store. Cool, right? And for our last transformation, let's look at a modal verb we use all the time. The direct speech is, I will call you. In this one is a nice, clean shift. The future modal will just becomes its past version, would. Super easy to remember. She said that she would call me. You're going to use this one constantly. Okay, so we've drilled the rule pretty hard. But, true mastery isn't just knowing the rule. It's knowing when to break the rule. Or, in this case, when not to use it. So let's cover the important exceptions. This will help you avoid some really common mistakes. So there are really 2 big situations where you just don't backshift. First, over on the left, if your reporting verb is in the present tense, like he says, then you don't need to change anything. He says that he is ready. The action is current. And second, on the right, is when you're talking about a universal truth or a general fact. Yeah, the teacher said it in the past, but the earth still revolves around the sun right now, right? The fact is timeless, so the tense stays put.
We are in the home stretch, everyone. Let's pull all this together with a few final tips so you can start reporting what people say with total confidence.
If you really want to sound like a pro, you just got to watch out for these 3 super common mistakes. First, and this is the most obvious one, just forgetting to change the tense. Happens all the time. Next, don't forget to change the pronouns. I almost always needs to become he or she. And finally, this one's a little tricky. When you report a question, you have to flip the word order back to a normal statement. Keep these 3 in mind, and honestly, you'll be golden.
Okay, so here's a little challenge for you to make all this stuff really stick. Think about something you heard someone say today, anything at all. Now, how would you report that to a friend later? What would you say? Give it a try using the backshift rule. Seriously, the best way to learn this stuff is to just do it.